Calhoun here, and we're sneaking into my friend's garden here on Bainbridge, and we're going to learn about roses in the Pacific Northwest. She's very good at growing them here. You will be able to see lots of beautiful things that she's done. Let's go meet Andrea.
Hi, Susan. Welcome to my October garden.
It is beautiful still,
Thank
even though
you.
it's October. As you can tell by our puffies, obviously, it's a little bit chilly. So how did you get started on this beautiful adventure that you have here?
So I've loved roses all my life. I grew up in Portland, going to the Portland Rose Garden, and that's where my rose passion started. And I moved to Bainbridge actually 20 years ago to garden. And when I moved here, I bought one or two David Austin roses and planted them in the ground and didn't water them, didn't fertilize them, didn't take care of them, and couldn't figure out why they weren't beautiful.
How did that
work? So I gave up. I gave up on growing roses. There were some roses here. This is an old house. And like a lot of people who buy houses, I had about 12 roses that I didn't know what they were or how to take care of them. I was already a gardener, so I had basic gardening skills. I had a peace rose, a Queen Elizabeth, hybrid teas, and I also had one shrub that had small pink flowers, and it just bloomed all summer with no water, no care, no fertilizer. And that was what got me started on the rose journey for this garden, was trying to figure out what that rose was and if I could find more roses like that one. And it turned out it was an antique rose called La Marne.
Oh, cool. So you did the investigation, and that's where you learned about that particular rose, and then that information helped you build on that, and obviously planted more than one rose here.
Yes. So once I went online to rose growing forums and showed pictures of my rose and met people on the forums who were telling me all about antique roses. My house was built in 1919, so I wanted to find roses that were in keeping with the age of my house, and I wanted to build a rose garden full of antique roses and antique style roses, and that's how it all started. And that was in 2017. When I first planted the rose garden, I did not think that these roses were going to thrive. I thought, after my experience with my first David Austins,
right,
I thought, I'm going to plant them, half of them are going to die, I'm going to be sad, but I love roses so much that I was willing to take the chance. I planted the garden, but before I planted the garden, I'd done all my research about varieties. I had talked to my rose friends online who were extremely experienced and found out all the rose dirt on how to truly grow roses, things that you don't find out about in the books. And it worked.
And it worked.
Yeah, it did.
So is this all the roses that you have, or do you have some more someplace?
Well, this rose garden, and I haven't counted how many roses are in this garden, but I think there's probably maybe 250 to 300 roses crammed into this small garden. And everything that I couldn't fit here, I had to put in the backyard. And when we did that, it was a wilderness with ivy and blackberries. And we had to quickly make a rose garden back there for my extras.
And I will have to tell you, it's not a wilderness anymore, and we're going to go look at it right now. Hi, here we are. We just came through her beautiful rose garden behind us. A lot more roses there, and they all look great. So can you tell us kind of in a nutshell what the difference is and how you make them look so good?
So roses love water. So we have a drip system that waters them from underneath. So the foliage isn't
no
getting
overhead
wet.
water.
No.
Okay.
No. And they really do like a lot of water, and they love clay, which I don't have.
Oh, okay.
But if you have clay soil, then grow roses. And then fertilizing. So 3 times a year, ideally. We start in the spring after pruning with rose tone, which is an organic fertilizer. And then we also put down alfalfa and Epsom salts.
Okay.
And we've noticed a difference with those 2 things.
And what about that one secret ingredient?
Oh, the secret ingredient, I live next door to a farm, horse manure.
Horse manure.
Yes.
Okay.
So the manure actually, it has been really the key, I think, to making the garden look spectacular.
Oh, well, it does. And I really appreciate you letting us look at it and sharing your secrets with us. Now, if you were just a brand new beginner, what 3 roses would you choose?
I would choose Bolero, which is a white floribunda.
Oh, I like that
Yeah,
rose.
does really, really well in the rain. And Bliss Parfuma,
Mm-hmm.
which is old-fashioned apricot flowers. And then Cream Veranda, which is another apricot, old-fashioned flowers, really pretty foliage and a really nicely shaped bush.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can get going on that. Get ready, get your rose beds ready, and then here in the Pacific Northwest in February is when we get the roses in at the nurseries and bare root, which is a really good time to buy them, and you'll be ready to plant them. So thanks again for this. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.